done for the next 2 sessions, and we're going to combine them. We've got both coaches Mike MacKay and Coach Kirby Shep are going to tag team this and go through the next 2 hours right till noon on a variety of topics here. What they're speaking on is a games approach to teaching skills, and both Mike and Kirby are going to go through this right till noon. Mike is responsible for the organization and implementation of the move of our new NCCP system for basketball in Canada. He is the manager of coach development for Canada Basketball. He's here from Toronto, and he annually evaluates and mentors coaches at the 15 and 17 national championships. He also works closely with our national team coaches and CP programs and serves as the technical director for the 17 and 15 national championships. Mike's traveled to Australia, New Zealand, USA, Africa, and Europe to attend international competitions and to study the development systems of leading basketball nations. At the CIS level, Mike's been an assistant coach at Lakehead and Acadia universities and has coached extensively in Nova Scotia with the provincial team program and also through high school. Mike's the recipient of the Coaches Association of Canada 3M Coach of the Year Award in 2003 and was also a number of time Basketball Nova Scotia Coach of the Year. There's a long bio here, Mike. And also, now over to Coach Kirby Shep. Coach Shep starts his first season at the University of Manitoba after being at Sturgeon Heights Collegiate in Winnipeg as a head coach and phys ed teacher since 1994. Over the past 14 years, Coach Shep has established Sturgeon Heights as one of the premier basketball programs in Manitoba, and his coaching history includes being part of Team Manitoba for the last 7 seasons, including this last summer at the Canada Games in Prince Edward Island. He continues his coaching career with us as Canada Basketball CP coach here in Manitoba, and he's also been president of the Manitoba Basketball Coaches Association. So without further ado, please help me welcome coaches Mike MacKay and Kirby Shep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody hear all right? It's awful loud, Adam.
Turn it down.
I'll move it away a little bit. I want to get... Oh, my goodness. Okay, I want to get started right away. So just a couple things to begin. We've just developed our new athlete development model, and that is on our website. I'm pretty sure Adam probably has it on his website.
You talked the first hour.
And you can get it on PDF version. But what this basically does is it lays out basketball development for all stages and ages throughout an athlete's career. And when we use the term youth basketball, well, what age are we talking about? And are we talking about the little 5-year-olds, 8-year-old, 12-year-old, 15? So to me, there's differences, as we know in school. Well, it's the same in basketball. What you do with a 5-year-old is not the same as what you're going to do with a 10-year-old, 15-year-old. So it's very important that we know what stage of athlete we're dealing with. No matter what the stage, so I think there's 3 things we do as coaches, simply. Number 1 is make each player individually better. But that's physically, that's mentally, that's fitness-wise, that's basketball skill-wise, and that's social-emotionally. Our job is to develop the whole child in all things we do as a team. So if you're doing the same thing in October and then the same thing in March, I don't think that you've developed them. It's about developing them, getting them better. Second thing we have to do is get all those individuals to work together somehow. And that, to me, is the beauty of team sport. You've got to find a way for them now to apply those skills with other people to produce something that's greater than they could ever do by themselves. And there's a lot of art to that. And then the final thing we have to do is build dreams. That's a big part of our job as coaches, is building dreams of young people. I'm not all about finding the next Steve Nash to play in our national team. That happens. That will happen. If we do those 3 things right, that will happen. But I think if we go in with the idea that this is just about my team at grade 12s, or my 12-year-old team is just to find that one Steve Nash, and that's all I'm focused on, or all I'm focused on is winning my league, I think we lose so many kids. And if you know anything about obesity rates and things like that in our country, we have to do something through team sport, especially, I think, to keep kids active. This is not about excluding people, this is about including people. So my topic today is games approach. Well, what does a games approach mean? This is not just about having fun with a whole bunch of bright colored objects, and there's still going to be a lot of teaching through playing games. It's not that you do this totally, it's a mixture. And I'm going to start with some for the really young kids. I would call that our learn to train stage or fundamental stage. So those 5 to 7, 8-year-olds, and then those 9 to 10. But I'll be honest, we've used these with our junior national team kids. And they love them just as much as the little ones. In fact, they probably love them more because they're so used to doing the old drill. So it's that blending that we're going to do. The other thing I want you to get out of this is how you load things. And anybody's ever seen me talk before, to me, loading is the art of coaching. It's where skill equals challenge. I'm going to show these kids today some skills where that's pretty easy. If I stay with that, they'll get bored. It's too easy. I'm also going to show them a couple where the skill is the challenge, is greater than the skill. They're going to get frustrated if I stayed with it too long. So great coaching is matching skill to challenge. And then I just got to load the challenge to bring up the skill. Load the challenge. And we can do that through a games approach. The other thing I'll warn us about games approach is I still have to do error detection and correction. If I'm going to make them improve, I must still do error detection and correction when they're playing in these little games. Sometimes I can correct it by changing a rule of the game, changing the size of the court, changing the boundary, changing things they do. But sometimes I may have to stop the game, go work on a skill, and then come back to the game. But they'll be much more excited to work on that skill because they now see how it applies. So I'm going to try to show you rather than tell you, because I think we learn better by seeing and doing things. Okay, so we need our athletes up. We got our 2 teams. Okay, everybody out, and we're going to use the volleyball court, and I'm going to use my brightly colored ball. I love this ball for little kids. First of all, it's 25% lighter than a real ball. So when you're dealing with a kid 7 years old, they can actually lift the ball a little bit easier, and they're not afraid to catch it as much either because it's really light. And the other one, they love the colors. Okay? So with little kids, these are important. Okay, we got our 2 teams. Our boundary line is the white volleyball court, and with little kids, we'd actually probably walk the line to learn the boundary. That's important with little kids. Here's the rules, real simple. You must complete 10 passes in a row between your team without a fumble or a travel or going out of bounds. If the ball gets knocked down, the other team just takes it, starts passing right away. Game's on. Block. And stop. How many passes is that, Black? 5 or 4? Well, I don't know. How many is it? Okay, so what's one of the biggest problems we have with getting kids in games is to talk. Okay, so I'm going to now load in a rule that's going to make them talk. Instead of me saying, you got to talk, and I get frustrated, I'm going to say, here's the rule. When you receive a pass, so make your pass to AJ. If AJ doesn't say, run, it's a violation. Make your pass. And she must use a leadership voice. Okay? Okay. Because one of the things I found, if you just let the loudest athlete talk, you can go your whole career as a quiet person and never say a word. Because the loud person does all the counting and I'm allowed to stay quiet. You need to find ways that everybody has to know when they have to use their leadership voice. So this is the next load. We'll load in the talking. Okay, so we're going to start at 0. Black ball, play. White. And stop. Now they're pretty good. They're moving pretty good. But one of the things you'll find with younger kids especially is the same 2 kids may dominate the passing. And one of the concepts we want to learn is to pass and move. So here's the rule this time. We still got to call the number. Make your pass to a white teammate. Make a pass. You must touch an end line of the volleyball court before you're allowed back in. Okay? Make a pass. You must touch an end line. Okay, so now the idea of pass and move. Now I could make it a sideline. I could make it anything I want, but for them, I'm going to make it an end line. It's going to force pass, do something. Not pass and stand. Okay, ready? It's 0. White, it's 0. Play. Black. Violation. No number count. Play, white. What, black. And stop. So again, when you do a game's approach, I have to referee. Right? You have to referee and you don't have to get in a long discussion. Just make the call. They will adapt to the rules very quickly. Okay? Now, this one is just a fun one I like to use. This is loading it up a little more. Green. Yellow. Red. Stay there. And that's going to be the blue line. Now, when you catch the ball, AJ, just pretend you just caught it. Where's your right hand? What color is it on? Your right finger's on the ball. Blue. After you pass, you got to touch blue. Play. Where's your right hand? Touch that color. And stop. We had no number count. See, remember load and challenge? I mean, right now, mentally, they're like, so this might be my 5th practice. What I'm going is pretty fast, but you can see how all I'm trying to do is keep challenging them to another level of mentally or physically. And it also starts to put some social emotional pressure on them too, because there's pressure, and I got to do all these things. Okay, we ready to start again? It's at 0, 0. Violation, too slow, black. And stop. Now, see, I'm a coach right now. Remember, error detection, correction. Coaches, what's one of the problems you see when everyone's catching the ball? What's their stance like? Here's what I'm noticing. So I'm putting in a new rule. Anytime you statue with the ball, it's a violation. You must be in a triple threat, and you must pivot. If you statue, it's a violation. Automatic, violation. Play. It's at 0. Black, or white, sorry, white. Violation, ball's above the head. Black, play. And stop. Okay, so they're starting to work on. Another one I might load in is you must pivot. So I can see, and that's how I can start to load in the skill and the error detection correction through the game. Now, with today's FIBA game, passing off the dribble is very important. You need to be able to pass off the dribble. So now we're going to do this with 1-second basketball. I'm taking out the colors, because that's going to get too tough on them to begin with. So we'll get rid of the colors. So here's the rule now. When you catch the ball, you must either pass or dribble within 1 second or it's a violation. Do you understand? We're still trying to get to 10, but you've got to pass or dribble within 1 second. AJ, play. Violation, no count. White. Violation, statue. Now see, I did not take out no statues. Violation, 2 seconds. Got to pass within 1. Black. And stop. See, what we eventually, they have to learn to not pick the ball up until they know they have a pass. That's a very important concept. Instead of pick it up, now I make my decision. I've got to keep my dribble, because there's no 5-second count right now on the dribble, right? So they could dribble all they want, but the other players are learning to move off the dribble. Okay, let's load it up even more. Everybody get a ball. Everybody get a basketball. Everybody get a ball. Anything that forces kids to dribble with their eyes up, I think is good. I like to use this game as a warm-up just to start practice, because it gets them excited, gets them moving, gets them doing things right away. And the other thing is gets our heart rate up so we can do our dynamic workouts. Okay? Now, one of the key things when you do a games approach is the debrief, to draw from the players some lessons. So, what was one thing we've learned from this drill that's going to apply when we start playing 5-on-5 real basketball? Loud, leadership voice. Keep it on your hip, not up above your head. Very important. What's another one thing, AJ? Passing on the move. Well, see, that's a coach answer. What do you mean, pass on the move? Like, I don't know. What does that mean? Oh, so you're passing, moving after you pass. Oh, I see. Now I understand that. So after I pass, I've got to move. That's what you mean. Good. See, don't let them give you coach answers. You've got to dig deeper to see if you can really see what they mean. Because I thought he was moving about pass, dribbling, and moving or passing off the dribble. Anything else we've learned? What does that mean? Like when? She said talking. See, again, that's a coach answer. When do you talk, Brittany? Good. See, there's one we could have loaded in. You had to say the name. Oh, I like to see that. Now I'm like, I got to write that one down. Got to say the name, and then the person's got to call the number. So I can load in that. That's excellent. Okay, same game. Only must be dribbling with your non-dominant hand the whole time. This is the ball we're passing. You're dribbling, but you got to pass this ball. Game's on. Violation, blocked, out of bounds. Violation, AJ, you got to call one. Here we go. Block, that's it. And stop. Now, I let them bounce. When I first do it, actually, I'd use a really easy ball to use. Like with the little kids, I have these ones that's like the holes in their fingers. Your fingers are actually sticking the ball. So little kids, they can actually, about that big with all these holes in it. So something really easy to pass. But as they get older and better, you can change up the ball. It's better sometimes when it's a different color. Okay? So we've loaded in passing and moving and dribbling. Any questions on that? Yes? Yes, they can do this, but if the ball is something that they can easily catch. And what you'll have to let them do is sometimes they'll stop dribbling their ball for a second, catch it, then they'll start. And you know what? That's okay. Sorry, simple. And over the season, I had a group of 12-year-olds I worked with in Burlington, and that's what it looked like at the start. By the end of the year, and Kirby will probably show you how you can take this and apply it more to the game, like we were playing 5-on-5, full court, with everybody dribbling a ball and trying to score that ball. That's right. Okay? So but it keeps challenging. So the final, like I said, the final way we played this is 5-on-5, full court, and you scored the colored ball. And that was a warm-up game. And they got pretty good at it. There wasn't all screen and calling names and all, but they could just move and play, but it was a great warm-up game. Okay? Any other questions about that? So that's just some different ways that you can load a simple keep-away game. Now, let's just take this game, quickly pick up our 4 markers for safety's sake, please. I want to talk so you understand how you change just by the spacing. Let's just real silly like, see the white here? This is our court now. Coaches, let's see what happens if we play in this space here. Okay? Play. Okay? White ball, play. And stop. So coaches, you notice right away, when I shrink the space, it gets much more difficult. So again, change. Okay, let's play in the full court. Let's try, we're trying to score. White's going that way, black's going that way. Play. Real basketball. Play. 8 seconds. Block ball. Block ball. So again, by making the space bigger, there's more room. Yeah, good job. Okay. Up here. So, come on in here. Quick debrief. Quick debrief. Quick. Hustle it. I'll take that one. What's one skill that we've got to work on to be better at that next time? Leadership voice.
Dribbling with your opposite hand.
Dribbling with your opposite hand. What else? Anything else? Another skill we got to get better at. What about?
Keeping your head up.
Keeping your head up. I like that one. Where are you going to look when you keep your head up? Surroundings. Very good. What about the people without the ball? Any skill they've got to work on to get better next time?
Cutting towards the ball.
Ooh, cutting towards the ball. So if I'm dribbling, you should be running right at me?
No.
Was I cutting towards the ball?
Cutting to get open.
Oh, cutting to get open. So there's a difference to get open and cutting to the ball. I didn't know that. That's good. I learned that. See, again, you've got to dig deeper. Because they'll say things they heard you say, but do they really understand the concept? Now, another thing I might do with little kids, okay, what's something you could go home and practice with mom and dad before next practice that we learned today? Is there anything you could go home and practice on your own to make you better at this for next day? Opposite hand dribbling. Very good. So go home with mom and dad, work on your opposite hand, and get your brother or sister. So again, we are not solving obesity problems in this country with one practice a week for an hour with a group of 12-year-olds. I'm sorry. We need to teach being active. So we have to encourage kids to get out and do things on their own. And I think that's a big thing that you can do, is challenging them to go home and get mom and dad out of in front of the flat screen TV and go out and practice in the yard with them. And that'll get us active too. Okay, we're now going to move into ball handling. That was mostly built around passing. Let's switch over to ball handling. First one's real simple, dribble tag. Let's use the volleyball court again. Our rule is real simple. All it. Everybody's it. If you tag somebody anywhere except the head, that's a point. We're going to go for 24 seconds. I'll just count it. How many people can you tag? Let's say you two tag each other at the same time. Okay, tag at the same time. Rock, paper, scissors, quick. He still wins. You get the point. You cannot tag people when they're doing rock, paper, scissors to get points. Does everybody understand? So all it, how many tags can you get in 24 seconds? Ready? Play. And stop, time. And we'll find out how many you got. Okay, what's a skill we've got to do in this? What's a skill we've got to get better at? Keeping your head up. Okay, we're hearing that one a lot, keeping our head up. That's a good one. Now, another question I'll ask sometime is, okay, what's our safety concerns in this game? What are some things for safety we got to be careful of? Not bumping into each other. What else would be a safety concern? Hitting people, yes. We're not whacking them, we're tagging them. In fact, there's some school districts you're not allowed to play tag games. You have to have a rubber pig or chicken to tag people with. So maybe you got to go get a whole bunch of rubber chickens to tag people with. But that's a very good question to ask. What's our safety concerns? Because that's part of being a good teammate, right? I'm responsible for my teammates' safety. And they have to know that. Especially some of you are dealing with, going through puberty. I've tried for years now to get everybody to grow up at the same rate, but they just won't cooperate. So we're going to have all these size differences, and we have to help kids through that. Okay? Now, let's load it up a little bit. Everybody needs 2 flags. Let's get a partner. Let's have you, who's your partner? You guys go green. Now, you got to, both you and your partner be the same color if you can. You need 2 greens, 2 each. So 2 yellows, 2 reds, and I'll have 1 Rainbow Raiders. My first high school football team we coached, we had all different colored jerseys. We were called the Rainbow Raiders. That's what we were, because everybody knew who they were playing because we were the team with different colored jerseys. Now, when you're doing, as soon as you put flags in, you have to teach them what an official flag is. Especially boys have a tendency to take advantage of the rules. So with guys, you'll see them do this, right? And they're out there playing. Like, what? So we have to help people know what an official flag is. Got to be a full tuck, and it must hang to the length of your shorts. I like that one. So these guys that walk in with shorts like this, you got to get really long flags. Now, you don't have to buy flags. Bring some old socks, just plastic bags from, right? You just need something that they can, okay? Okay, everybody's got your ball? Okay, this time, we're going to play, the flags aren't coming into effect just right away, but I'm going to want you to use them in a second. We're playing 3 games at once. 3 games at once. First game is all it, like we just played. When I put one hand up, we're playing all it. When I put both hands out like this, no, when I do this one, this means dribble knockout. So you're trying to knock people's balls out of the volleyball court. When I do this, you must come to a jump stop and pivot. Sorry, no pivot. I want you to come to jump stop. And when you come to jump foot stop, I want you to use your back brakes and not your front brakes. I'll show you the difference. Front brake is when they stop like this. I'm on my front. I want you to use your back brake. So it's actually, they're landing heel toe, and I'm on balance instead of front on my toes and I have to step. Anybody who ends up on a front brake, you have to do 5 jumping jacks. Now with little kids, I wouldn't, these guys, they can do that, but little kids, I wouldn't do that. So what are the 3 games we're playing? Game 1, all it. All it. You're trying to get as many tags as you can. Keep track. Dribble knockout, stop. No, flags are just there because I'm going to load something in. This is a distraction. These flags are going to be distracting. Ready? 5 jumping jacks. Dribble knockout.
Hey.
5 jumping jacks. I can't remember our singles. All it, all it, all it. Five jumping jacks. Dribble knockout. So we're just playing 3 games at once. You can pick whatever you want. 5, 5, 5, and 5. Right there. Okay, so again, trying to encourage head up, scanning, thinking, concentrating, picking. That's basketball. Okay, the more we help them learn to make decisions and play on their own, because I always say, look, until they get to high school, we should be making players, not plays and positions. Until they get to high school, there should be no plays and no positions in a pure sense. Because the problem is, until they're done puberty, you have no idea who the point guard is, the post, the wing. You have no idea. But taking somebody just because they're the tallest person in a short community and making them the post, that's one of the biggest disservices we do to kids. Okay, so it's about creating players. Okay, now we're going to use the yellow. Here's the game we're playing. Instead of all it, we're going to call a color. We'll do it this way. I like visuals instead of auditory, because I think they need to learn to see. So if I put up the yellow, who's it? Yellow. If I put up the blue, who's it? Blue. At first, we're just playing tag. We're just playing tag. Do you understand? If you get tagged, go score a layup and come back in the game. When you get tagged, score a layup. We'll use the whole court. Now, let's space it a little bit and see how they do. So know who you are. Now, let's see if I can be sneaky. Game on. Score a basket if you get tagged. Score a basket if you get tagged. New tag, new person's it. New hits, new hits. Who's it? And stop. Okay, so again, just add in another little wrinkle. You could call out name. You could say, Billy, you're it. Sam. Okay, anybody born in February? Anybody, whatever. Again, just to create that change up. Okay, now we use the flags. Get your partner. Get a partner. And you need a home. So, somewhere's in the volleyball court, and you must be at least 1-2 steps from a sideline or a baseline. Big steps. Bigger. Who's blue? Red, green. Tell you what, you guys, you get like a Rainbow Raider colors. So you get it like a blue, and you get like a green, maybe. And in closer. In closer, girls. And I'm going to give you guys like 2 here, just so you know. Right there. That's your home. Okay, so we're just playing steal the flag. You're dribbling around, stealing flags. Put the flags back at your home base once you steal them. Make sense? Okay? Just put them at your home base. Can't steal any flags from the home base. Game's on, play. Now you can see the bigger the space, the harder it is to steal. If I make the space smaller, it'll be a lot easier to steal. Okay, so, and stop. Return home. Return home. And count your flags. Ooh. Oh, you guys, like, no one else got a flag? Oh, we got one there. Good. That's good. Okay. What's your secret, AJ? What's your secret to success?
We play this thing on Julia.
So you've had previous experience. Now see, he's not giving up the goods, though, is he? He's keeping it to himself. Come on now, give up the goods. What's the secret to getting all those flags? Run around, come on, and do you go right at the straight on, or do you sneak up behind, or do you wait till they turn their head? Oh, look, and what are those opportunities? See, come on.
Well, when a person has their back turned or they're going for another flag.
When they have their back turned, or when someone's reaching for another flag. See, again, not everybody knows that. Don't think that little kids know the strategies of every game they play. If you come from a province where there's no elementary phys ed specialists in your elementary schools, they don't have a hope of knowing some of this kind of stuff. And if their recess is doing this all recess, how are they going to learn little strategies of games play? Okay, when I was growing up back in the dark ages, that's all we did was play games at recess. And you learn strategies just by playing all the time and making up games. Kids today, don't make up games and play them enough. So we have to help them understand these little strategies. Very important. Okay, take all your flags off. No, get your flags back on. I'm going to do another one. Put all your flags back on. Now, in this version, we're going to give them an assignment. I like to call this one like playing the old game of Clue. You've got to figure out, it was Professor Plum in the billiards room with the candlestick. So I'm going to give each team a task on the colors they have to get. As soon as they accomplish their task, they win. Does that make sense? Okay. Come on over here. Now I have to cover this so they... You need one of each color. Except you just got to get a green, a red, and a blue. When you get that, you win. Okay. You've got to get 3 greens. You've got to get 3 blues, okay, to win. You've got to get one of each color except your color. You've got the easiest one. You've got to get 4 or 3 yellows. 3 yellows. Ready? Go. Game's on. You got to dribble. Got to dribble. Remember our boundary line now. Oh, they're close. They're close. They're close. They're trying to get 3 greens. Oh, one more. Time, right here. Oh! The girls won first, right there.
What happens when you have none left?
What did you need?
No, like when you have no flag.
Oh, see, the good question, and this is what will happen to the kids, is once she lost her flag, she thought she was out. So I didn't explain that. She's still in. So you have to help them understand the rules. And that's what kids are just saying, well, I lost my flags. Okay, well, no, you're okay to keep playing. That's all right. Okay, but don't assume that the answer. I remember doing a games approach. It was actually here last year, and we had a bunch of kids, about 12-year-old, and then there was a little 6-year-old sister was there, and we let her in to play. And we were doing one of these ones where you shoot baskets, and if you shot, you got to get a little bean bag as a score. Well, she couldn't hardly make a basket, and she could see her starting. So I went over and I said, you understand, you get a bean bag when you attempt a shot, not when you make a shot. Well, all of a sudden, like, whoa, well, I've attempted 5 shots. She went over, took her 5 bean bags, felt good about herself again. Okay, so you have to adapt the rules to the kids. It's not always about making it. Sometimes it's an attempt that gets them a reward. Okay, pretty good. Let's jump right up. Put all the flags you have in your pile. So if you have some on, keep them at your home. Just take them off. You guys are out of luck. Okay, you got one there. Put that one there. You got one there. Put that one down. So you should have no flags on. Okay, protecting your nest. One player is going to straddle their nest, and you've got to be dribbling the whole time. The other player is out trying to raid the other nests. Okay? If you get tagged, so if I'm dribbling, and if you tag me anywhere but my head, I've got to score a layup before I'm allowed back in. But if I can come in, just look over there for a second. See, don't go for that. See, my whole life was about being sneaky as a little guy, right? But don't go for that. That's the oldest one in the book. Okay? So if I can touch a flag without being tagged, I get to take 1 flag. 1 flag. You get to take 1 flag, guys. 1. Okay? And you go back and put it at your home. If I yell out, change, you must immediately leave your nest and switch. Game's on, play. Sneaky. Change. Leave it right away. Leave it right away. Get off that nest. Yep, he's got it. And stop. Now, see, I see a problem right away. Too much space. Too much space. Okay, everybody bring your nests in this half of the volleyball court. Move yours in. Yep, that's good. Move yours in some. See, got to change the game up. Oh, that's a little close. That's a little risky. Let's put it right about there. Ready? Hold it now. Hold on. 1, 2. Right there. See, always on the edge. Always find to get that advantage. They'll make good coaches. Ready, play. Here we go. Score your layup. Change. Right away, get off that nest. And stop. So you get the idea. Okay, let's debrief. What's one thing we're learning from this that's going to make us better basketball players?
Reaction time.
That's some coach words again.
When you say change, we have to react quickly to that.
And what else did you do when you changed? If you were leaving the nest, what else did you have to do with your partner? Anything?
Communicate.
Well, that's that coach word. What does that mean?
Let them know that you left and they have to come.
Let who know?
Your partner.
Say it all. What did you have to let your partner know?
That you left.
You've left. See, don't let them use coach words. Make them speak in a vocabulary that they understand. And then, once they get that, then they can use communicate. Because we now define what communicate is. Anything else we've learned? What's the defender had to do? Could the defender just stand there and do this? What's that mean? Aware. And how do you do that? Could you just do this? But do I do it like this? How would you do it? Well, how do you move your feet? Like this? Oh, so you have to kind of slide and be turning. I like that. See, I can see that now. So again, help them learn the different things they have to do. Okay, let's put our flags back on, and let's line up along the sideline. Now, you could do that game the same way with giving them assignment. You've got to get one blue, one red, one yellow. So they have to play. Okay, we got to see how we can get that one over there. Sometimes I'll do this with 3. So they can have one person protecting, and then they can work together to try to assault the fort and steal the flags from someone else. And they'll learn one person distract them in front, one try to sneak behind. So they work on developing a strategy. Okay, let's put all our hoops away, and let's line up along this sideline. We're going to play an old game called British Bulldog. Now, if you, Adam, I don't know how we want to do this. Either it's probably better if I send it to you and they email you, because I think I've got about 364 emails in my inbox right now. I've been in meetings for 3 days. So I'm going to send Adam, in fact, I've already sent them to Kirby. Maybe Kirby, you just forward them. Did you get them from yesterday? Yeah, if you just send Adam, I have all this on paper that you can get from Adam. Okay? So it's all written out, all the progressions, so because I'm going fast. And you'll be able, and then you'll have the DVD too. Okay, this one's an old classic game called British Bulldog. British Bulldog. Remember how to play British Bulldog? Good. You're my bulldog, and you're my bulldog. Go out in the middle court. Spread yourself out along the sideline. Now, British Bulldog's real simple. You guys have to get to that side of half, and be careful. Our safety concerns. See those nice signs that Adam's got produced, and the bisons and. Let's not run through those. You can use the whole width. Your job is to try to knock the ball away, and at first, we'll take your balls away. We'll make it easier for these 2 guys. Now, at this level, they should probably be dribbling too. But we're going to progress this British Bulldog game. Okay, so your job is to knock a ball, and we're going to say you guys have, they're little kids, we'll say 10 seconds to get across. Ready, go, game's on. And stop. Now, normally I let them go a little bit, but these guys are, what's your strategy? You got a strategy? Or are you just going to run around and...
Okay.
You're going to work together. Oh, what was that word? Say it nice and loud for the coaches.
Double team.
Double team. Now there's a concept we've never heard before. Ready, play. Here we go. British Bulldog. Okay, we now have 3 Bulldogs. We now have 3. Just watch our ball down there. Play. Okay, so you got to be careful at this age because of the speed that they'll go. Younger kids, they'll have a lot harder time to do this. Okay, but let's make this a little more fun. Now this time we got 3 Bulldogs. All you have to do now is get a flag. If you get a flag, they're out. You don't have to get the ball, just get the flag. Ready? Go. Okay, you're out here now. Ready, go, game's on. And stop. Okay, put your flags back on. And let's get the blues, our 2 blue pair out here. And you need a ball this time. We're going to make this harder. We're going to put the challenge up. And now we're going to have everybody on this side of half. Make the challenge harder so decrease the space. Everybody's got your ball? Now all you have to do is get a flag. You have 8 seconds. Well, let's make it realistic. Let's put you on the baseline. Let's make it even realistic. Baseline. You got to get over half in 8 seconds. All you got to do is get a flag. Just need a flag. Go. Go right to the baseline. Go right to the baseline. Did we get somebody's flag? Okay, who lost 1 flag? Oh, keep your ball. We got 3 Bulldogs now. Ready? Here we go. And stop. So you get the idea. Again, always go over safety concerns. What happens a lot with kids, they get so involved that they don't be aware. But in basketball, you must be aware of everybody around you. Now let's put this, last little thing we're going to do is put it into a realistic basketball situation. Where's your partner? AJ, come on over here. AJ, you start there with the ball. You two, come on over here. You don't need your basketballs. You go down the far end without a ball. British Bulldog to half with 2 defenders on you. You're going this way. Okay, you 2 girls go down to that far corner. You're going to dribble with the ball. No ball. 2 reds on defense, please. I'll just get you guys to be my subs right now. You don't need a ball. And Brittany, stay right here. You need your ball. You 2 don't. Your defense. You guys will be rotating in down there as the next pair. So here's the drill. You got 8 seconds to get it over half. I want to say Nathan, but I know I'm wrong. Help me in name again. Patrick, you're the time clock. You come up to half. You're your partner's time clock. He's got 8 seconds to get to half. Brittany, you're her time clock. 8 seconds to get to half. You 2 are doubling. Don't let her get over half in 8 seconds. Do not let her. At first, we're stealing the flag. Let's say, tell you what, down here, girls, you're trying to steal the flag. Down here, it's real basketball. You're not stealing the flag. 8 seconds. Now, you would not start out of bounds, though. Start in bounds. And we would probably not start back up a little bit. Game on, play. Count it down. Count it down. Violation. Okay. Let's rotate it through. So, rotate it in. Dribbling, AJ, defense, time clock. Rotate it through over here. Who's dribbling now? Red, dribbler. You guys are the subs, defense, time clock. You're just trying to get the flag. You got to get it over. Play, game's on. Not an easy drill. So again, skill and challenge. They need to learn a pullback crossover. And then this would be a great time. Okay, I think we need to work on something. Do you think that they'd be willing to listen now? So when I start going into a drill about a pullback crossover and advancing, pull them, yeah, because they've seen that they can't do this activity. So this is where a games approach helps them now understand why they need to go work on that skill progression. And just so I got a couple seconds here, I'll show you. So everybody get your basketball. We need to work on this skill. Everybody get a ball. Quick, 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 quick. Quick, get a ball. Line up along the sideline. Okay, staggered stance. Right hand. We're going to go forward for 2, back for 2, crossover. Forward for 2, back for 2, crossover. Go. And stop. Now, detail. The ball is by my back foot. Back foot. It's a backwards crossover and then explode. Okay, you've got to beat this person. Ready, go. Forward for 2, back for 2, backward cross, explode. Explode. Good, and stop. Okay, quickly, do 2 right here. Offense, defense. Offense, defense, set your ball down on the out of bounds. You're going to partner up with someone. Right here, we're going to use the volleyball court, these alleys. Start with the ball. Guided defender on her hip. T position. Go forward with your dribble. 1, 2. When I start to cut you off, pull back, cross, and attack my front foot and beat me. Demo it for us. Cut her off, pull back, attack, attack. Now freeze. And you want to go straight. Don't try angling. Try to go straight up that alley. Find a space. Work on that quickly. Way we go. So you can see that's the skill they need to have. So we go and we practice that. Then we'll go back to the game and see if they haven't learned it. I'm going real fast though. Get the movement, pull back and cross. Attack. Pull back. You got to pull back. Know where that sideline is. And stop. And then we just go back to the game. Okay, players, come on in here. Quick, 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 quick. Okay, what did we learn from that drill? What's one thing we learned? Pull back to change direction. Why do you think that's important to do? Get the defender on your back. What else? Why is it good to pull back?
To be able to see the whole court.
It gives me space to see the whole court. Okay, one of the things I'm using a lot now is good offense is built creating a 1-second advantage. And when I pull back, it gives me a 1-second advantage to make a decision. Should I pass or should I cross? Should I do something? Instead of just running right in there and have no advantage, can I create a 1-second advantage to make a good decision? Okay. Now I want to thank you guys. My time is up. So let's give them a nice thank you. You guys can just have a seat, and can you collect all my flags and we'll put them there? I got 3 minutes. Any quick questions? You email me at MacKay, MMACKAY, at basketball.ca, and say, Mike, I'm looking for some little games for beginners I can send to. And I'm sure Adam has some too. Because Adam, probably it's better to go through Adam, and he will put you on an email list. Am I right? That's a group list. Because mine's pretty big now, and like I said, when you personally email me, the timelines for me to get back to you might be a little long, but I'm sure Adam will be able to get to me. And I've sent over the years number, and I know on your guys' website you start to put some of these kind of things together too. Basketball BC has some nice stuff too in their coach's clipboard. But I know Adam, we've sent a lot of stuff out on that. And I know Ron Young, who looks after our Steve Nash youth basketball, he's starting to try to put together one of his projects over the winter is he's got me to commit to go in with him in the morning and we're going to start putting little videos together, little games for kids, for little kids. Because there's lots of stuff for junior high and up, but there's not a lot for below that. And we just kind of keep taking stuff that the pros do and bring it down to the little kids. Well, it's not the same. It's totally, but the stuff the little kids do is what sometimes we need to be doing with the older kids. So any other quick questions? One more.
Your flags? Keep them.
Yes.
Keep your flags.
Yeah. Let's think about the ones we did today. Anytime where there could be collisions and contact, we should make sure there's similar abilities. Anything where that's not, I try not to, because you don't want to end up always. The other one I find is helping those kids, a little more advanced sometimes, understand leadership. Your job is to help your teammate get a little better at this skill. Okay, so it's that blending, but the biggest concern is physical contact. And do you discourage that other kid so bad that they can't do it, or it's so easy that you're not challenging the other kid? So sometimes I'll put in quiet rules for the individual. So I may go to Kirby and say, Kirby, you're only allowed to do this drill with dribbling with your left hand. You can't use your right hand in this drill. So it puts a load on Kirby, but no one else, because he's ready for that now. But I didn't broadcast that to the whole, to make everybody else feel, oh, gee, Kirby's so special. What about us? It's just me and Kirby, no. And I may say, Kirby, you're not allowed to steal flags from Adam, because Adam is not that good of a dribbler. You're only allowed to steal from Billy over there, because, again, so this poor little Billy gets stripped, before the drill even starts, like, so, again, that's that art of loading things to make it challenging for everybody. Okay? I'm around all day. I'll be sitting with you guys taking lots of notes. Feel free to come up and ask questions, and because it's all about sharing ideas. And I'm really excited to see Kirby, because I love his style of games approach. So thank you.
Good job, Mike. How's my volume here? Okay. All right. As you can tell,